well and done right to sign off and give them keys. So we're having issues with that. So between property management and NYCHR, so it's July 17, 6 p.m. This I have to report this. July 17 at 6 p.m. Borough Hall meeting, no quorum. No quorum, guys. You believe if I had no quorum here, you think I'll be holding a job? We need to have quorum. July 19 at 10 p.m. Bushwick and Willoughby, there was a press conference with PLC in regards to them trying to demolish them homes, beautiful homes on Bushwick Avenue, man. Something's gotta get done. We can't get rid of them homes, man. This is like getting rid of old timers. We can't give old timers, they're always with us. So all them homes are so beautiful in Bushwick Avenue, man. Antique 1800s. So we were fighting, we had a press conference with PLC, July 24th at 12, CB4 meeting with Assemblywoman Marissa Davila and SLA. Everybody know what's going on with the SLA. It's a money activity. July 24th at 2 p.m. CB4, the EEPL briefing session. We getting audited. You know, we get audited every 4 years. So I don't know how our audit looks when we don't got no staff. So I don't know if it's gonna look good or not. Don't blame me. We ain't got no staff. We also wanted to get an employee, and we on an E-list. It's called Eventually. We don't know when we're gonna get it, but he's coming. So I'm sorry I have to say that, but that's what's happening. There's too much red tape. Instead of OMG going to HR, then you go to the borough. And then the borough didn't get this paper signed, and then we sign this paper, then you give it to OMG. OMG, so you got to do something else. And Celeste's on the phone for 45 hours and still nothing get done. So we're still waiting to even hire our part-timer that we wanted to hire. But like they said, it's on the E-list, like I told you, Eventually. July 24th at 5:30, the new Office of Community Resist. We did a ribbon cutting. Yo, they got an awesome office, man. I want to move over there to your office, man. 1425, July 25 at 1 p.m. We met with the manager of RAD in regards to complaint about rents. They're paying one rent. When they get their receipt, is more than what they pay. So I don't know who's doing the math there. July 25th at 2:30, meeting with the mayor's office, Ray Carrero. July 20th at 10, we had a meeting with a councilwoman, Sandy Nurse, CB4 and Parks. You know that there's supposed to be a proposal in regards to dog run in parks, but I hope that this board would work and make sure that the people that live around that area are part of that, because they're saying they want to see the play area fixed and they don't want them spending a $2.6 million or $3 million on a dog park. But that's the people over there, Horsey Park. July 28th from 11 to 1, Audrey Johnson. Again, thank you. We tabled over there, Audrey Johnson. Me and I was there working. July 28th from 12 to 4, IS 291. 231 Palmetto, there was a fair I went to. July 29, Cooper Street, a health fair, graffiti removal, 9, the 8-3 precinct with Ujima, 10 to 12, Horsey Park cleanup. This is all in one day I went, July 29. I broke myself up to 4 different activities. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. July 1st, 1 p.m., CAU walkthrough on Wyckoff and Hart. 3 p.m., the 8-3 Precinct National Night Out. Thank you, Barbara Smith. Did a wonderful job. August 2nd, 12 on Zoom, a task force with Marissa Davila and the SLA meeting. August 3rd, CB4 check-in with applications of block parties. We still having them. I got to go to the office Friday. So Celeste already told me to sign off on block parties. People still having. August 8th, CB4 PLC committee. August 9 at 10 o'clock, CB4 District Service Cabinet. August 9, 1 p.m. Grove. The governor's office. We met with the governor's office, Lewis, so let's fill you in. Said if we need things or something, hopefully we're gonna find out, see if he can fix us and get us an employee. I don't know how true that's gonna be, but August 9th from 4 to 6, we was in a Congresswoman, she had a flood zone at 195 Linden. Thank you. She gave out rain barrels on that day. August 11 at 10, RAD meeting. August 12, Saturday, I went to 966 Bushwick, the church, Clairvaux, from 12 to 6. August 15, Marissa Davila back to school, bag giveaway at 480 Knickerbocker, 482, 484 Knickerbocker. That's the church that's there. August 16, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Town Hall, wireless towers. We have to be careful with this. I was on a Zoom meeting with them, and they were indicating that they want to put those towers, but that they want to see if they could put them in people's personal backyards. I don't know if that's right, but I know they gave us a fright, and I don't know how is that possible. Hopefully, we're going to speak with our Congresswoman Nydia Velasquez and find out what's in regards to that wireless towers that they want. And also at 6:30, I got on Zoom with the IBX Town Hall. August 17 at 5:30, CEC 195 Armor Street. From 3 to 5, IS 291, back to school bag giveaway. We were tabling that day. It was hot. Thank you for one of the new board members that came with me.
Aisha Johnson.
Mrs. Johnson, thank you. We were out there all day. The best, thank you. August 18th from 11 a.m. CB4 interview. We're interviewing. We had two people. We had two people to interview. We had five. Five people only filled for the position. We had two people we interviewed. We haven't decided yet. We'll let y'all know as soon as we pick one, but we want to make sure that they're on the payroll before we say we got it, because I don't know what's going on with OMB and HR. August 18th from 11 to from 10 to 2, I was the Woodhall Stop the Violence. They gave bag giveaway on August 19th, Saturday, a family day, Hope Garden. They had a beautiful time. I received an award from them at 11 o'clock. Went with a Councilwoman Sandy Nurse. She was doing a bag giveaway on Thomas Moreland Park. And she also witnessed in the new area that's supposed to be grassed, dog feces there, so she was a little upset. I went to the Martha Street Block Association party. I went to Chauncey Block Association on August 19th, Saturday, Make the Road. I also went to Make the Road. They had a bag and stuff giveaway from 11 to 3. So that day I went to 5 activities and broke it up. I was beat that day. I didn't even get up the next day. August 21st, CB4 Environmental Protection Sanitation Committee, August 23rd, 1 p.m. CB4. We interviewed the second person, August 20, that was the 23rd, 24th at 11. Brooklyn North book bag giveaway on Wilson, the 083 precinct. So them kids in Bushwick can't complain. We had so many bag giveaways. Everybody, I think Bushwick must have got the whole, had to be. There's nowhere in the world nobody got short with bags. You didn't get none, but you're not a kid. August 25th, 1 to 485 Palmetto Family Day. August 26th, Saturday from 11 to 1, 195 Linden. Teamwork. We did the teamwork here. I know we had a nice party here. Y'all wasn't there. Y'all wasn't invited, but whoever came, let them know we had a nice party. Ujima from 12 to 3, she also had a bag giveaway in 299, the playground, IS 299. On Sunday from 2 to 4, I went to Bushwick Star. From 1 to 5, I went to Highland Park, the bag giveaway with Councilwoman Sandy Nurse again. On Wednesday, September 6th, CB4 Executive Board. On Thursday the 7th, a meeting with Zoom with community board chairs and our Senator Salazar, Julia Salazar, and the SLA chairs. We're trying to figure out how can we take care of the saturations of they're giving liquor license, but we can't get churches open. So I don't know how that's happening. At 3 p.m., a meeting in Zoom with the 83 precinct, both councilperson, Congresswoman Nita Velasquez, and there's also Assemblywoman Marissa Davila. And then on Friday, the 8th, the Borough Hall consultation, we had from 9 to 5. It was a long day that day. Monday, the 11th, for 1 p.m., a meeting in location. We met at the location at 455 Jefferson. I told you about all that, and we read in the papers. That's absolutely not true. From April to September, the inspector has been educating them and giving them flyers in Spanish and in English. That is against the law to ride those gas up and down at 3, 4 in the morning. So they went and they took some. An officer was assaulted. A sergeant was assaulted and punched in the face. An officer was bitten in the back by the people at 455 Jefferson, the people that we are helping and serving. So we have to remember, they assaulted an officer. So I hope that anybody that lives in Bushwick, and I pray that if anyone that assaults an officer in Bushwick get the same repercussion as this guy that was let go, that was an immigrant here and came to get service, and we get him, and he assaulted an officer doing his job, and he tried to hop on that motorcycle and he punched the officer in the face. So remember, what's good for the geese is good for the gander. Because when I was a child, and I remember all you old timers here, all your old time board members, when I was doing my due diligence out there, y'all took me by the arm and brought me here. All right? And when my brother's in and out of that jail for doing the same thing that they were doing and we were doing back in the day, and he's in jail now, nobody helping him now. So let's not go backwards. Let's go forward. And they do need help over there. And it's sad. On the 30th, the 28th, they all got to move out. Imagine you being here, getting a job, and now you got to move out, go where to start the process all over. Now we got new people that we got to educate, and they're organizing. One, they're organizing in good, and two, they're organizing in bad, I heard. But they aren't vetted. And there's a lot of those guys that are trinitarios, they told me. So we have to be careful. You have to be very careful. I know a lot of people are calling the office, but don't take laws into your own hands. You got to be careful. When I went there, I had one guy tell me that if he needed a bodyguard, guy had more gold than me. He just got here. Brand new sneakers, $200 sneakers. Something needs to be done, and it needs to be done now. We need to make sure. I know we're holding a meeting with our councils and all our elected officials to make sure, one, we service them, two, we give them whatever they need to do to make their lives a little better, because not everybody is bad. Since you're echoing that, I want to do both. Not everybody's bad. Not everybody come here to work, and not everybody's good. So we got to do the balance routine. On the Wednesday, the 13th at 10, District Service Cabinet. On Thursday, the 14th, CB4 Civil, Public Safety, Religions. On Saturday, the 16th, I went to ACE Integration Hispanic Heritage Month. Had a beautiful time. The kids were waving their flags. On Monday, Saturday, 18th at 9:30, Borough Consultation, second round. And Tuesday, the 19th at 6 p.m., Borough Community Board Consultation Chairs Workshop. Antonio Reynoso hold a workshop for all the chairs and all the vice chairs. And I invited our district manager. I didn't know it was only for chairs and vice chairs. And obviously, Antonio told her she couldn't be there, and I said, well, since my district manager can't be there, neither can I. I says, it says on his agenda, it says to fulfill vacancies. So my question is, I don't fill vacancies. I work with the district manager to allocate good workers that she's the one that's working with them and they're union members. So what she wants and she needs, we're supposed to vouch for it. Interview tips. Since once so I wasn't too happy with this, and I know our first vice chair stood there. I said if he wanted to stay, he's gonna stay there. If my district manager, all I want her is to sit in and to listen, because she's the one that needs the training too, because tomorrow if I'm out of here, somebody else will come in, right? So I guess I walked out and they didn't like the idea of me walking out, but I'm gonna support my district manager because I work with her here and she works with us. On that same day, I went to the 18th Precinct Council. It was a little just like it is today, but we really need to work and make sure we short officers. Nobody wants to be a cop now anymore. Too many things going on, too many lawsuits, too many problems. So they don't want the headache. They prefer going to the private sector. And mind you, top pay after 5 years is $130,000, and they don't want it. Think about that. 100, I never made that in my life. Wednesday, September 20th, I went this morning to the clergy. I've been getting so many prayers, so I'm so happy, but I think they need more prayers than us because, as you know, our churches are the pillars of this community. And we really need to raise our churches up and make sure that I'm not a church person, but we got to make sure that we keep the people that are doing the right thing and doing the work for us. And I know, Miss Avina Davis, I know you do. You have your own church, and you know sometimes we need that little prayer and help, especially more than ever now. And I know we went to the luncheon today at 11:30. CC had a luncheon, district manager, district office, and today the CB4 meeting. And that is my 3-page meetings. Thank you.
All right, any questions for Mr. Camacho? Board members, oh, I see a hand. One moment, wait for the mic.
I just want to ask the question in regard of the towers on this area. My question is, if they want to put the towers on the people's backyards, are they getting paid?
I don't know. I know that we went to the meeting. There was attorneys talking. I know it's supposed to be voted on. I don't know what it is that they're voting on, but I don't know if they are or they aren't, but we really, there needs to be a survey in regards to that, because you don't know if cancer, you don't know, we really don't know. So I know, I know were you on there?
I was not, I heard.
This is our chair from
Hi, I'm Dustin Sonneborn. I'm the chair of the Arts, Culture and Technology Committee. I haven't heard anything yet of this in the backyards thing. I have heard that I think there's a moratorium, or supposed to be a moratorium on new towers going up from the FCC, from the federal government, said that all the new towers need to go through a environmental review and a historic preservation review. I have read reports that the city and City Bridge are still trying to build some, but I have not gotten confirmation on either of those things. The thing about the backyards is all news to me tonight. I haven't heard anything about that. So that's all I know.
I live in the area and I'm a house owner. So these things, I do take them in consideration because it could be me. At the same time, I have done real estate before, and I know there's some loopholes that they come and if they got it right, they can take part of my property. So I don't know.
Yeah, because there was a little concern about that too. A couple of people that were in the meeting, I think there was like 125 people on that Zoom meeting. And there were attorneys for some of the people that do own homes, and they seen that there were loopholes in regards to the contract. So we don't know yet until they do it. So I'm not too sure.
If you don't mind, just introduce yourself so people know who you are.
I am so sorry. I'm Cecilia Fabian. I'm here, a board member for District 4, and I am joining the Art and Culture Technology Committee. And today I went to my first meeting for Youth and Education, which it was a major. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like take the mic on this one simply because I just went there. And I was with, let me get my glasses, with Rebecca Lozado, with Dr. Rebecca Lozado. And this was really awesome for me because I just met with the New York Academy of Medicine up on 103rd. And I was part of this research that they're conducting, which include us all, especially me, mom, part of the community, children's growing into my community. And definitely as a part of this community, the family's gotta be involved. The children's gotta be involved. It just cannot come from the top, it's gotta come from the bottom. So on this part, I'm into it. And it just so happened that the meeting is at one of the schools that my child graduated from, and he's at TSU in Texas. And I am a product of the education that we carry here, as long as the parents get involved. If the parents don't get involved, the kids don't care. And then if the kids are not involved on something good, then nothing is happening in our community. There was just a shooting right on my block not too long ago. I have
Thank you, Cecilia.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. No, I know. Thank you. We appreciate you and welcome to the board. Glad you're able to be here this evening and to also attend the CEC meeting. All right, I see Zuma and then Rowena in person. Zuma, go ahead.
Yes, hi there. Good evening, everyone. I apologize for not being at this meeting in person, which I was looking forward to. And thank you, Mr. Camacho, for your wonderful presentation. Like always, very detailed. Concerning these towers and everything from a health perspective, I don't know if many of you know about the EMF radiation that actually these towers do send out. It is very critical that the community is fully aware of these wireless signals. There is research that has already been indicated. And remember that many of these services are scrambling to provide the service and take any nook and cranny they can within the community to extend the services out there. But with those services as well, these are two-way radio communication. These are waves. So there is research out there, and I really suggest for the community to really look deep into the EMF exposure radiation before you start jumping on a great opportunity, we get paid and everything, because there has been studies done. So I'm throwing that out there because I'm seeing them pop up everywhere. I am not a fan, I'll be quite honest. I will not live near one of those things. If I have to and it's near my backyard, I'm leaving Bushwick, just because there's research that is being shown. We are in a very cramped area. Brooklyn is extremely populated. So keep that in mind. And if you're not fully aware, there is, again, the research out there. We're going to see the outcomes years from now, what this may done or what it may do to us. So I am so on this, but before you do any agreement, please take the initiative as part of the Health and Service Committee members, look into that. So I'll mute myself now. Thank you.
Thank you. Joanna? You need the mic for them to hear on Zoom. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask Mr. Camacho regarding that, the towers thing. Dustin didn't know about that meeting. I didn't know about that meeting. Evidently, the information did not filter down to the Art, Culture, and Technology Committee. So when you get this information, if you would share it with us, and perhaps we can be able to get a little bit more information to the community board. Sorry, we just didn't know about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. I'll double check. I know I tend to forward certain things just to the committee chairperson. But I don't always send it to the committee because we get quite a few of those, like about 10 per week. And so I don't want to always overwhelm folks. So at the discretion of the board chair or the committee chair, I'll usually forward additional info. But moving forward, I'm happy to flag any other hearings on this particular topic. All right. Any other questions? Last call, Mr. Camacho's report. Seeing none in person, nothing on Zoom. We will now move on to the introduction of elected officials. I know we have a few folks here this evening. If you can please just come up and grab the microphone. Mr. Camacho will bring it to you. If you want to stand in the middle, line up like we used to. And then folks on Zoom, please raise your hand so I know you're on Zoom. And Jonathan, I'll let you go ahead and kick us off.
Good evening, Jonathan Bancourt from Congresswoman Nydia Velasquez's office.
Next.
Sounds good. So, yeah, yep. Sorry, multitasking over here. Go ahead. Go ahead, Juan, and then Yvette.
Community organizer for Councilmember Jennifer Gutierrez.
If folks are dropping their info in the chat, just a reminder that people in person do not have access to the chat right now. So if you don't mind just saying, moving forward, just saying your contact info as well. We appreciate it. Thank you. Yvette, you're next.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Yvette Lopez. I am the Communications Director for Assemblywoman Maritza Davila. We are located at 249 Wilson Avenue and can be reached at 718-443-1205. Thank you.
All right, Jonathan. Boza, there are two Jonathans.
Oh,
Hi, good evening. Jonathan Pimposa representing Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez. We're located at 350 J Street, and I can be reached directly at 347-986-6146. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, Lacey, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lacey Tauber from Brooklyn Borough President Reynos's office. Happy to see you all in person again. Our phone number is 718-802-3700. You can reach us at askreynoso@brooklynbp.nyc.gov. And we have open constituent walk-ins every Wednesday from 9 to 3 at Brooklyn Borough Hall, 209 Jarleman Street. And congratulations, Celeste.
Hi, everyone. I'm Fran. I'm from Councilmember Sandy Nurse's office. We're at 56 Pennsylvania Avenue. I finally learned our phone number is 718-642-8664.
Hi, I'm Pablo Rivera. I'm from Assemblyman Dillon's office. We're at 366 Cornelia. You can reach me at 347-739-4818. 4818.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Maria Valdez from Senator Julia Salazar. Phone number is 718-573-1726. I left the contact information in the back.
Quick introduction. My name is Juan Ortiz. I am the TA president of Hope Gardens.
Okay, all right. So next we have, if there are no other elected officials reps on Zoom, okay, I don't see any hands. We will move on now to our CBO, community-based organization, and any agency representatives, just your name and contact info right now. Any community-based organization or agency reps. I don't see any hands on Zoom. No one in person. Okay, oh wait, we might have someone on Zoom.
Hi, this is Adam from DSNY Community Affairs. My phone number is 212-291-1220. Once again, the contact is 212-291-1220. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I see two other hands, although I cannot read. Yep, Jasmine Torres, thank you. Yeah, got it. And Knowles afterwards. Go ahead, Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine Torres with El Puente Bushwick, located at 311 Central, and our phone number is 718-452-0404.
And hi, everyone. Hi, Jasmine. This is Noel Elaine from the Bushwick Star Theater. We are at 419 Eldred Street, or will be when we open that building, hopefully in the spring. If you want to reach me, my number is 917-620-8546. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I don't see anyone else. We will move on now. We've already heard from our 83rd Precinct Commanding Officer, so that takes us down to the District Manager's report, being my report. It is also very long. I will, however, summarize. So good evening, everyone, and welcome back again from the summer recess, and happy belated Labor Day. As some of you may know, this is one of the busiest times of year for the board as we return from recess and begin district needs engagement, aka the board's budget season. Over the past several years, the board's district office has supported the expansion and engagement options, including the annual district needs survey. I hope everyone's taken the survey already. And more recently, the district needs town hall. Flyers for next week's town hall are available in English and Spanish by the public sign-in sheet in the same location by the water cooler where we generally ask folks to place any notices. We are also finally in the process of onboarding a new staff member. Mr. Camacho mentioned this. We conducted 2 interviews with 2 candidates with strong applications and qualifications. We have someone right now that we've already submitted paperwork for to OMB, who will hopefully start before the end of this month or the first week in October. It remains to be seen what that timeline will look like, but hopefully Kim and I will have support in the office soon. I'd also like to thank the board members that attended the board's team building event over the summer. And hearing from them and learning more about their backgrounds, I was moved, I believe we all were, by their openness, compassion, and resiliency. I used to think Bushwick was what brought everyone together, our love for the neighborhood and community. I still think that's true, although when you look a little closer and get to know your neighbor better, it's clear that the Bushwick that folks know and have known over generations is a reflection of who we all are, including those same values. So thank you to you all for your presence at these meetings and the community in general. And a friendly reminder to please save the following dates. The Bushwick District Needs Town Hall, Wednesday, September 27th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's September 27th, next Wednesday, at the Hope Gardens Community Center, 422 Central Avenue. The CB4 Annual Budget Committee meeting. This is required for all chairpersons, committee chairpersons, and executive board members, although everyone is welcome to attend. All committee meetings, I want to be very clear, are now hybrid. So you can attend, if you're the member of the public, you can attend on Zoom or in person. Board members, of course, unless you have a waiver, you're required to attend in person. The budget meeting will be Wednesday, October 11th from 6 to 7:30 in the board's district office, which is at 1420 Bushwick Avenue, room 370, or Zoom. The details are available on the board's online calendar. And then the CB4 and HPD Homeowner Resource Fair, that's going to be Tuesday, October 24th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the Riseboro Youth Center. That's 1474 Gates Avenue. It's an extension of the work that the committee has done to support resources for small homeowners in the neighborhood. We know that there's a lot of help that's needed now. We want to make sure that we're bringing those resources into the community for homeowners. And of course, below are the meetings and events that I attended. I have marked the ones that I'm going to speak on. I won't be speaking on all of them. I do want to say thank you to Virgie Jones, who on June 27th attended the Bushwick Community Partnership Networking event. Thank you, Virgie. You know, we've been short-staffed, so it's difficult for us to be in more than one place at a time. Sometimes the office only has one staff person, whether it's Kim or myself. So we really appreciate board members attending events as well. And then in addition to the meetings they have to attend. And then on Friday, June 30th, there was a meeting with Riseboro. And so some of the meetings I mentioned today are really just to flag for the community, concerns that are not just coming from the community themselves, but concerns coming now from the office because we're receiving so many complaints. This particular meeting was organized because not just one building, but multiple buildings that Riseboro manages have complaints coming from tenants. And these are things where we send to Riseboro to be addressed and we're not hearing back. And I'll send a follow-up email. I'm not hearing back. And so there comes a point where I can no longer sustain the follow-ups, what's going on. We had a conversation with them. They have had some leadership changes. They said that they are working on improving the management tenant relations. Unfortunately, as of this week, we still hear from the same tenants with the same issues. And so, this is going to be ongoing. I imagine it'll be very similar, unfortunately, to what we have to do with Hope Gardens, which is now under new management. But sometimes when it comes to accountability within our housing, it's required. And just to thank you to all the elected officials and representatives who also attended that meeting. I will say, as soon as I CC'd all of our elected representatives, I finally got a response. So now we know what it's going to take for that to happen. So, all right. Next, I have on Tuesday, July 11th, I had a call with a fellow district manager from South Brooklyn in regards to borough budget consultations. This year, probably against my better judgment, I volunteered for more work to be the borough budget coordinator. Quite frankly, morale was very low. No one wanted to even participate in budget consultations this year. So meaning we wouldn't be sitting in a room with the agencies holding them accountable. And we can't let that happen, right? That's where we make sure that we're being heard. And so, we brainstormed and board members that are here are likely familiar with the document we go through every year that has the responses. Most of the time, very unhelpful responses. The agency will try to accommodate this within existing resources. The agency does not want to fund this. Generally doesn't explain what that means in the document at all, which means I have to then follow up with that agency to interpret the response. So we said, how about we just flag that, right, this year? So we added all of those responses and we put them on the spot, which not really, because they get the agendas in advance. But we essentially asked for them to further explain those answers, because at the end of the day, Mr. Camacho and I, the committee chairpersons, are then responsible for explaining why the budget requests we're submitting aren't being answered. And so we're seeing some improvement. Some agencies identified ways that we can potentially bridge the gap, right, and make sure that whatever we're requesting is really being heard. But we said no one wants to waste their time. We don't want to sit here and waste your time. Please don't waste ours. And so I think that we've made some progress, although it's new. So we'll have to see how it goes. Some agencies have been more receptive than others. Wednesday, July 19th, there was a DOT community engagement roundtable. It's been great to see our commissioners out in the community. Commissioner Rodriguez was there, the citywide commissioner. It was very much, this is DOT's plan. Period. There were multiple community boards that were invited that had questions about things impacting the district. And I think my perspective on it is it was just the standard agency response of where they just, report back what they basically just said. And folks were getting frustrated. It was very apparent. I was hoping there would be more of a dialogue around what we can do about transportation safety and about investing in our streets. But it didn't really seem like that was the goal of that particular meeting. So I really look forward to DOT coming to the board and, everyone can, then do their part. So on Friday, July 21st, the Mayor's Community Affairs Unit held an asylum seeker update for district managers. I was very excited because we've been getting a lot of emails, not just complaints. And I think this speaks to who we are, but we get requests from people saying, how can I help? Right. And so I connect them to HPD, who has oversight over the agency. Even the Health Hospitals Corporation, Gotham Health, which has a center over on Ellery and Broadway. They said, how can we help? And so we've been making connections like that. But one thing I don't understand is why isn't it more accessible? And I thought this was going to bridge that gap and provide us with the information. It did not do that. They essentially discouraged folks from just donating for a valid reason. The donations have to be vetted, right? They have to make sure that whatever is being donated is just being gone through. It's clean, sanitary, et cetera. And they want to make sure that volunteers all have background checks. Those things are understandable. All we're asking for is just how folks can do that, right? Where is our one-page fact sheet where we can now hand this out to the public in case folks want to get more involved? So we're still pushing for that. And I thank everyone, our elected officials, for making sure that 455 Jefferson Street, our one migrant shelter, is being well provided for. And on Monday, July 24th, and another day in August, I'll summarize these two together. It was in September. Yep, September 7th. Both our Assemblywoman, Maritza Davila, and our State Senator, Julia Salazar, held separate meetings with the New York State Liquor Authority, the new chair, Lily Fan. We all know, we're all too familiar with concerns about liquor license establishments. We wanted to make sure that whatever was happening in Bushwick was brought straight to the attention of the new SLA chair. And so they are not only responding to those concerns by sending inspectors out this entire summer. I've gotten at least 2 calls from businesses that have received violations and notices about noise and about method of operation. They're also starting an internal, or they're hoping to start an internal quality of life task force. I'll leave the rest of the details to our Permits and Licenses Committee chairperson. And let's see, on July 25th, that was a Tuesday, we had a meeting with Ray Carrero from the Mayor's Community Affairs Unit. This is a follow-up. I believe Edward Kopp, a board member, had a question about the neighborhood support team. We were selected. We've started those conversations, and I believe next steps are really just having a discussion about how the quality of life issues outside the Jefferson L stop, a lot of them caused by the oversaturation of nightlife, will be addressed. And this isn't just about nightlife establishments. It's also about the food trucks. It's also about the garbage. It's about everything. If anyone has any specific concern about any quality of life issues off of the Jefferson L stop, please let us know. And then on Friday, July 28th, this was a meeting with Councilmember Nurse, the precinct and NYC Parks regarding park safety. There have been a lot of issues in Bushwick Playground this summer. We know a lot of our parks have seen different types of issues, folks, essentially breaking the locks. That's what they're doing at the end of the day. They're breaking public property, tampering with public property, and they're entering the parks. And there's a lot of activity that's, I believe, even escalated over the summer. So we're trying to come up with better ways to make sure the parks are secure. The precinct is working with the Parks Department. It's very difficult because folks, again, just keep cutting the chains, not just off of Bushwick Playground, but off of Green Central Knoll Field. These are ongoing conversations. Of course, Green Central Knoll is in Councilmember Jennifer Gutierrez's district. They are looking into alternatives as well. So, and I'm mentioning some of these things because I want folks to know that we hear you and we know that they are problems and we are doing our best to try to figure out a solution. But sometimes it's very challenging when the city has limited resources, but we're on it and so are the elected officials. And on Thursday, August 3rd, there was a Future of Community Boards Working Group meeting. Those meetings are with district managers citywide. Happy to report that Staten Island is participating more now. In the past, there are only 3 community boards in Staten Island. It's very challenging for district managers in general to participate. So I'm very thankful when we can get their perspective and their participation. Friday, August 4th, a meeting with Assistant Chief Scott Henderson. So again, we heard a lot about, I don't know who my NCO is. I don't hear back from my NCO. And so we wanted to make sure that folks, one, knew who the NCOs were. We realized that the issue was in part, the information on the 8-3 precinct's website was outdated. And so was the information on the Build-A-Block portal. So if you go to look for your Build-A-Block meeting, you see your NCOs, it was outdated. And so, and for months. And so we flagged that and we said, can we please, if you update that, that'll resolve probably 80% of these issues, at least in terms of people knowing who their NCOs are. And they were able to do that after that meeting. There was also a conversation about training, making sure that the NCOs have the training to understand their role and know how to work with the community and know what's expected of them. Because we know, again, the NCO program has changed since it was first created, but they're still here to serve the community. I wanted to say thank you to Mr. Camacho, Anita Haynes, and Barbara Smith for also being in that meeting. And let's see, I will skip forward. Thursday, August 17th, the Bushwick Community Partnership Annual Back to School event. Thank you again to Kaishia Johnson, a new board member, and also to Virgie Jones for being available to table. And then Monday, August 21st, meeting with Christian Celeste Tate, a new board member. Just want to give a shout out and say thank you. Has prepared an excellent housing data analysis, and we'll be sharing that at the next Housing and Land Use Committee meeting, which is next Tuesday. And also thank you to Andrew Choi, a board member who actually helped prepare the public hearing and regular meeting minutes this evening, used some sophisticated technology that I don't even use, ChatGPT and Otter. So those are just programs for folks that don't know and aren't familiar. But took what basically takes me an hour or more because I'm multitasking to complete. I managed to update some of the sections that were missing within 15 minutes before I came to the meeting today. So thank you to Andrew for saving me that time. And I believe we're getting close, folks. Almost there, home stretch. The Borough Service Cabinet meeting on Tuesday, September 12th. This was last week. The district managers, it's not just our office that was experiencing issues with HR at Borough Hall, which folks that aren't familiar, the board relies on the Brooklyn Borough President's Office for human resources support. And so that means they are responsible for approving our payroll and for processing new hires and for merit increases. We generally look to them to provide information if there are questions during the hiring process. They're also, responsible for, helping us get through the process itself, even though the boards ultimately have the authority on who they're going to hire. It's been very challenging, I would say, overall in the city at this time. There are a lot of transitions, there are a lot of changes, folks with institutional knowledge that have left. This is the same for OMB, the Office of Management and Budget. It happens when a borough president transitions and there's a new borough president. At the end of the day, we just want to figure out how to support the folks that help us so that way we can get the things that we need to get done in a timely manner. It should not take, a month to try to hire a new employee. And if that's the case, then there at least needs to be communication so we can communicate with the person we're trying to hire. So hopefully we'll be able to resolve this soon. And just want to say thank you to the Borough President's Office. Mr. Camacho did speak with the BP, Borough President Reynoso, and we were able to get some information that was needed to move forward. And I think I already touched on this. And the last thing I will say, borough budget consultations. We meet with agencies throughout the day, usually from 9 to 5. On September 18th, HPD participated in the consultation. I moderated the agenda and the commissioner was also there. And so to that, I just say that we are regularly seeing the commissioner. The commissioner is present. He was a community board member. He was a council member. He was the borough president. And now he's the commissioner of HPD. He wants to hear from the communities. And so I just put that out there. And I know we're going to hear more from Housing and Land Use soon about what the future of housing in Bushwick may look like. And we certainly know the reality that we live every day. So thank you, everyone. That is my report. That is all. All right, we'll move right along. Committee reports, and we'll start with Civic, Public Safety, Religious. Ms. Spellin is actually excused. So let me pull up this packet. There was only one item, and before I jump into it, just want to give deference to any committee members that are here, if you would like to provide a summary, just in case. Go ahead. Yeah.
Gotta get the mic because they can't hear you.
Hi, everyone. Zachary Hendrickson, CB4 member and member of the Civic, Public Safety and Religious Committee. The primary item on our agenda was hearing a street co-naming request for Himrod Street and Wilson Avenue, the corner there, in memoriam of Salvatore Sam Mendolia, or Sam the Glazier, as many folks know him. And so I didn't know Sam personally, and so I don't want to attempt to give a half summary of his life. But what was clear to me as a new member of this board is just how many people love and know Sam. There were so many folks at the committee meeting. The room was packed, which was not what I expected for my first committee meeting. But it was really incredible to hear all the love and care from all the people that Sam had touched in his life, or a small sample, I should say, of the people who touched Sam's life. So that was the primary piece of business. And then I think it's also important just to highlight in our committee mail review, one thing that came up was we received over the summer, we received the semi-annual report from the Civilian Complaint Review Board, the CCRB, which for anyone who's unfamiliar is the city agency, city department that is responsible for overseeing complaints against NYPD officers. that is both from community members, regular civilians like us, but also from within IAB, Internal Affairs Bureau. So it's a mix of those claims. And so that was one of the things that we received. They release these twice a year, semi-annually. And so I specifically entered into record a couple of things that I felt were of note from that report. Specifically, and I'll make this quick, that year over year, we've seen an uptake in CCRB complaints from 2022 citywide to 2023. The numbers specifically are in the minutes, so I'm not going to bore everyone with all the numbers, but specifically here in Bushwick, I think it's worth saying now, we also saw a 300% increase in CCRB complaints to the 83rd precinct year over year. And I know that a lot of people have feelings about this and questions about what this looks like. So I don't want to speculate or anything like that. But what was decided kind of at this committee was that I would look into what's going on there, basically, to get us more information. Because in the semi-annual report, this is a citywide report. They only provide some numbers related to specific precincts and specific districts. And so I have the contact information of the Brooklyn member of the CCRB to request more information. So I just want everyone to know that I'm working on that to get more information, to get some more insight, and hopefully be able to provide more information at a later date. So I don't want to dig into that without having a full picture of what's going on.
Thank you. All right. Any questions about this meeting from board members? I don't see any hands. I don't see anyone on Zoom. All right. Thank you, Zachary. All right.
I just want, I'm sorry, I just want a correction in regards to the minutes. It says Barbara Jackson, and it wasn't Barbara, it's Barbara Smith on there. Barbara Smith, I am the president of the 83 Precinct Council, and then we have a meeting once a month, and she put Barbara Jackson instead of Barbara Smith. Thank you.
Okay. It's just a report amendment. We got it. Thank you, Mr. Camacho. All right. And we will move on now to environmental protection, transportation, sanitation, plus parks and recreation. That is Barbara Jackson.
Good evening. My report will be short. On August 31st, I attended an Empower meeting at 484 Knickerbocker, where I met the first commissioner, Tina Cancel, Down to Earth Woman. On September 6th, executive board meeting. I attended that. September 12th, permits and then we had a meeting August 21st, where Gary Dearborn, the Chief Capital of New York Restoration Project, where they're going to work on Cooper Street Garden. They're going to put in new piping, and there's a whole layout for it. If you would like to see it, you can pull up the report at the office. Due to time, it's just a long report, and some of us would like to go home, right? I'm keeping it real. Then we have the new thing for the parks field permit that only one person applied for it, I think, and since the slot was open, we gave it to them. Okay. Other than that, that's it. The parks are good. Are there any questions?
Great job. Board members. All right. I don't see anyone in person. I don't see anyone on Zoom. Thank you, Ms. Jackson. And next we have permits and licenses. Melissa?
Thank you, Celeste. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Apologies, I'm not on video. At the very last days of pregnancy, baby is due any day now. So just want to give a quick overview. We've had a busy summer over at the Permits and License Committee. We met 2 times over the summer. So I'm just going to go over the first meeting, which was in August, Tuesday, August 8th. And go over the establishments that came forward, and then I'll jump into any meetings that I attended, and hopefully keep it short. So the PLC met Tuesday, August 8th at 6 p.m. and we had a number of new establishments coming for their support on their liquor license. The first one is the new applicant, Cholula Deli and Grill, located at 222 Wyckoff Avenue, seeking a beer and wine license. This is between Menahan Street and Grove Street. It's a restaurant, a family-owned business that has been operating on this corner for over 20 years, and they were hoping to increase their sales by adding some beer and wine to serve with their food. And the intended hours of operation on their application were as follows: Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. They submitted their stipulation sheet and also informed them of, our stipulations of no alcohol sales past 12 a.m. on Sundays. They will not be participating in DOT's open restaurants program. And we did invite them to join the meeting if they wanted to attend. Next up, we had Holly Grove LLC, located at 283 Wyckoff Avenue, seeking a full liquor license. And this is on the corner of Grove Street and Wyckoff Avenue. It's a catering hall. This establishment came forward to the committee previously, and he was returning with a completed business plan, including hours of operation. The committee did not feel that it was appropriate to make, a recommendation with very little information shared at the previous meeting. So we were very happy to hear that the establishment owner was able to connect with Riseboro and get some support on that front. So the intended hours of operation are as follows: sales of alcohol Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m., Friday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. And we did mention to the owner if he would be able to amend his Sunday hours to 11 p.m. And he was able to submit that information before our meeting today. I hope. I know we didn't receive it early on, but Celeste, did we receive those amended hours before today?
Yeah. He mentioned that everything is on the report. So yes, I believe we did.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that was a while ago. Great. And then, so this is an event catering hall. It's right down the street from the Head Start and from the St. Bridget's Church, which is right up the block on St. Nicholas and Grove. And next up, we had Halsey House, located at 1204 Halsey Street, looking for a full liquor license at the corner of Wilson Avenue and Halsey Street. This is a bar tavern. They've been operating for 4 years, specializing in craft beer and bar food. The owner plans to change their method of operation to include security, live music, karaoke, DJ, jukebox, and scheduled performances. So they have been, operating, but do not have currently in their license the opportunity to include other types of entertainment at their business. Their intended hours are stated as follows: Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., Friday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m., and Sunday from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Of course, we reminded them of the stipulations, and they've been in the community and have been pretty active. And we did flag for this establishment just, concerns around the ending times for these scheduled performances, and they agreed to end the liquor sale hours for Sunday through Wednesday until 12 a.m. and Thursday through Saturday until 2 a.m. So this is, for us a win, I would say, and coming into agreement with, making sure that we're not having people pour out into the neighborhood so late after going to a performance or attending, some kind of show. And also the business did let us know that they did soundproofing and have communicated with the neighbors about the noise levels and haven't had any issues to date. And the next applicant was a class change applicant, Bushwick Taco Company, located at 839 Knickerbocker Avenue between Covert Street and Schaefer Street. They have been operating mainly, as a small to-go restaurant for 6 years under a beer and wine license, looking to modify and upgrade to a full liquor license to increase revenue. And they have informed us, and also their intended sales of alcohol hours are as follows: Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. And we did inform them of our stipulations and also reminded them that, we'll do some more digging, because previously the building that used to be on the corner of the block that this establishment is located was a church, and it triggers, the SLA rule for just a beer and wine license. But now that church is no longer there. It is now being redeveloped into probably condos, I believe, and has been in the construction process for quite some time. So they are able to upgrade to a full liquor license, because it's no longer a church, a place of worship. And then we had other businesses during this meeting that were not present, I believe, but Rosie's Pizza Bar came forward at 128 Central Avenue, beer and wine license, and they came to the committee requesting an extension to their hours on Thursday to operate till 4 a.m. because currently they have a 2 a.m. license, and our committee was not in favor of the extension of the hours at the time of recommendations. So just want to let everyone know we're standing firm on trying to reduce some of the hours in support of just quality of life issues, noise complaints, et cetera. And we also had La Abuelita Corp located at 123 Wyckoff Avenue, which is a new applicant. But this committee does not review any store deli applications, so we did not have to reach out. And then we had a renewal applicant, Old Timers, located at 1157 Myrtle Avenue with a full liquor license. They were provided a waiver for their 30-day notice as per the process. And the committee agreed to remove the establishment and address the complaints at the time of the following renewal process. They have not come forward. And we know that there's been a number of complaints with this establishment. So we'll make sure to remember that at the time of them coming for their renewal. And next up, we had 10 Bells Bushwick, located at 65 Irving Avenue. The business owner has been continuously invited, and we also will keep this in mind, when they come to renewal, if they ever do plan to respond to any of our requests. And we are making sure that we are sending the information of no show or no, cooperation with the committee to the SLA. So we're doing a little more work on the back end. And when I say we, I'm saying Celeste and Kim. Thank you so much for doing, the follow-up and the paperwork to really hold establishments accountable when it comes to, showing up and being prepared and, showing the community board and our committee the respect it deserves. So let's just try to keep it simple as I could for that meeting. We also did meet on in September. September 12th, we had a number of applicants and one cannabis license that came forward. So please bear with me. All of the notes are in the report. If you have any questions, please reach out to the board. So I'm going to try to get through this. First up, we had Twin Girls 2022 located at 1087 Broadway. This is a new liquor license, looking for a full liquor license located at Dodworth Street and Broadway. This is a restaurant, bar, tavern, serving Asian cuisine. And the business owner's attorney have, we're not present, but the intended hours of sale of alcohol are as follows: Monday through Thursday from 12 p.m. to 1 a.m., Friday through Saturday, 12 p.m. to 4 a.m., and Sunday, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. And we did notify the applicant of our stipulation on outdoor spaces. All outdoor spaces must be shut down and closed at 10 p.m. And the owner was in agreement of the outdoor space to stipulated hours and amending the hours until 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday rather than a 4 a.m. stop. And these were submitted September 13th. Next up, we had a method of operation change applicant over at the Sampler BK, located at 234 Star Street, who has a full liquor license between Irving Avenue and Wyckoff Avenue. This is the bar tavern. They've been operating since 2017. And they wanted to do their due diligence to come forward to the committee to ensure that they are including, and covering themselves for liability reasons, patron dancing, DJs, and live music. Therefore, submitting a method of operation change as a requirement to include those things on their application. All business owners and attorneys were informed of our jobs board, and their current sales of alcohol hours are as follows: Monday through Thursday from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m., Friday through Saturday, 2 p.m. to 3 a.m., and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 12 a.m. And their outdoor space operates from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we had a ton of back and forth between Leo, who is the establishment owner, about this particular establishment, the location. It happens to be on Star Street, which is, that strip of condension of, where we have a lot of nightlife happening. So there was a lot of concerns around including that, even though they did share that they will have security that they're planning to, accommodate and do that. So next up, we did have a class change applicant. We're seeing more of these. We're seeing that people want to upgrade from their beer and wine license to a full liquor license. So this is for Rico Chimi, located at 1492 Myrtle Avenue, at the corner of Linden Street and Irving Avenue, right across the street from the gas station on Myrtle. This is a restaurant. They've been operating for 9 years and are looking to increase their revenue by adding sales of alcohol, full liquor license. So their current sales of alcohol hours are as follows: Monday through Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 a.m., and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Also had a lot of back and forth between committee members around concerns, especially in this area, noise complaints. Mr. Camacho highlighted that the mayor's office and our liaison did reach out about amplified music without a permit, and that, there's been some concerns because they can't continue to work that way. And then finally, we did have our first cannabis application review. And I'll just say that, there is no formal role or delineated responsibilities for what we're supposed to do as a committee. We're learning as we go. We're hoping to invite the office of cannabis management to join us soon, hopefully, to explain some more of the process. But this dispensary is going to be located at 85 Saddam Street. It's an adult use retail dispensary. It's on the corner of Saddam Street and Evergreen, which is a mainly residential area. This is a card applicant, which are licenses that our first retail dispensaries are, prioritized to individuals who were previously convicted of marijuana-related offenses, and it's part of the state's approach to kind of continue some of that decriminalization around marijuana. So we had a really great presentation from one of the partners there, Ms. Giovanni, and her partner Ray, who is the applicant from Bushwick, and they're looking to operate a clean adult cannabis, proper regulated establishment with security on both front and back exit. They're focused on sustainability, transparency, social equity, and intend to have an educational component in which they want to address some of the concerns that I think we've all been seeing in the neighborhood, which is, these gummies or, these products that are being sold that are actually bad for you and, you should not be consuming. How much should you take? What's making you sick? What does it mean if your product is clean and tested, and what you should be looking for? So there's an education piece behind it. They intend to have professional experts and cannabis people come in to answer questions. So there was a very robust conversation around their approach, what they're hoping to do, and also, highly encouraging them to meet with their neighbors to let them know that this is happening. And this location has already been set by the state. This has been identified for them. They, have their lease for this to occupy this space. And it's also across the street from Senator Salazar's district office. So we had a ton of back and forth there, and really just thinking about, how we can continue to advocate and work together to tackle some of the bigger issues with, all of these licenses coming in, and also now with the additional cannabis licenses that we're going to start seeing more of. And then just in new business, Celeste, myself, and Mr. Camacho met with Assemblywoman Davila's office around the task force in July, I want to say, or August, I don't remember. But we met with the task force that is going to help address some of the concerns that are happening with the nightlife venues that are in that Wyckoff, Jefferson, and Star Street area. So that was a really good conversation. We have Christine Malden from our committee, who's going to be representing our committee, as well as Celeste and Mr. Camacho while I'm away. So that was really hopeful, and hopefully, we can figure out how we can work together with the businesses and also with the Assemblywoman and her staff to get the support we need in that area. We also did have a meeting that Senator Salazar hosted with the new SLA chair a couple weeks ago, which was a really good conversation. And other board chairs, committee chairs, and district managers from CB1, CB3, and CB5, I believe. And, all of us shared similar, overlapping issues and threads of what we were experiencing, especially with the nightlife venues, especially with, complaints. And we were able to get some updated information in regards to, how the SLA processes complaints. And a big update that I think is really important to share with everyone on here and to share with your neighbor is that 311 complaints go nowhere. And I know we often say, call 311, make the complaint, but for the SLA to make a formal decision or even move forward with doing any further investigating on an establishment, on a bad actor, they need to have that complaint through their portal on their website. So now, folks, if you want a 311 call, you can, but it will not help our case when it comes to working with the SLA, when it comes to, revoking someone's license. It's going to take a lot of work. And also when establishments come for their renewal. So this is new information. We've been told, for all these years, do 311, but now, we have to kind of redirect ourselves to also submitting those complaints straight to the SLA on their website. And thank you, Kim, for sharing the link in the chat. So very important. Please, if you have any questions, reach out to the board in regards to the proper process so we can really start to move on some of these businesses that we're concerned about. So other than that, it was a really just good conversation with the senator and the new chair around how we can work together and also alleviate some of the work that the community boards have been doing and really working together with them. So apparently there's a task force that's being committed, that's being coordinated. So we'll look out for that and continue to do our due diligence by doing the work with the committee and this board. So I'll stop there because that was a lot. I apologize. We were very busy this summer. And thank you, everyone. Celeste, I don't know if I left anything out.
No, that sounded good to me. Thank you, Melissa. There's a chorus of no's here. I think you covered everything. So I don't see any questions. I have to ask questions. Nothing on Zoom, nothing in person. All right, recommendations. So we have quite a few recommendations tonight. I will start in order of the agenda. Public hearing item for Hope Gardens. If it was not clear, they're requesting support from the board for the project that they're doing at Hope Gardens with the boilers. So is there a recommendation from the board for this proposal? If we want to leave, we need a recommendation.
I want to make a recommendation to approve, but to also add in there to make sure that there is a clause and balance to make sure that they get done. And there is a bond and make sure that we're part of that process. Also that Section 3 employees, the jobs, make sure that they're from Bushwick. We want to put some specs in there, make sure we have them accountable. Yes, we cannot allow Hope Garden to be flooded anymore. So we really need to help them make sure they do it right. So I will make a recommendation to give them a letter of support.
Okay, is there a motion for that recommendation? Okay. So Mr. Camacho made the motion with the recommendation and raised her hand to second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, so moved. Thank you, everyone. First recommendation done. Civic Public Safety Religious, the street co-naming for Sam DeGlazier. Is there a motion on the committee's recommendation?
Move to recommend the renaming of the corner.
Yep. Oh, hold on, Mike coming.
I move to recommend the renaming of the corner of Himrod and Wilson to Sam Mendolia Way.
All right. Okay, that was a motion. Yep, that was a motion from Zach Hendrickson, and then a second from James Stewart. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Was that someone on Zoom? Any abstentions? Okay, all right. Just want to make sure. So unanimous, so moved. Environmental Protection, Parks and Recreation, the Cooper Street Garden Improvements Proposal. Is there a motion for the committee's recommendation of support? Okay, there's one. Okay, I got a motion from Caitlin Penner. Alvina Davis seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? So moved. And for the field permits, Mr. Camacho, do you want to just very briefly, so folks know exactly? Yeah.
Yes, what's on here is Thomas Borland is open. There's an applicant that has it for 1 to 3. The school has it before that. Bushwick Park is Real Guadalupe. She has it Sunday. We eliminate some of the slots because of the issues that are going on. We got it from 9 a.m. to 7. It used to be 8, but we eliminated their hours because they're out there, want to make sure other people can use it and make sure we can monitor it. From Sunday, from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 5 to 7, only because 3 o'clock the schools use it for the soccer. Saturday from 9 to 7 p.m. Hexer's Park is Super Kids Soccer. He has it Sunday at the same time, 9 to 7 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 5 to 7, Hexer Park. He has Sunday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Quebradilla, Green Central Leno, you know there's issues in that park, but he's going to try to work with it. Dog species from 9 to 7 Sundays. Saturdays from 9 to 7. He's only using Thursdays and Fridays from 5 to 7. Home Park, Quebradilla, same time, 9 to 7, but he's using Home Park Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 5 to 7, and Saturday from 9 to 7. And that is my recommendation. Thank you and have a lovely and wonderful day.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second for the field permit recommendation? I didn't hear name. Okay, a second made by Caitlin Penner. Thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. Thank you. All right, we're almost there. Last, we have permits and licenses. Oh, boy. Okay. So you have some options. As always, a blanket vote. If folks feel comfortable making a blanket vote for all of them, that is an option. If you feel comfortable making a blanket vote for the August licenses, that's also an option. What would the board like to do?
Let's do a blanket vote.
Okay. Oh, hold on. We have a question in person.
Would the option for the blanket vote be to recommend to agree to that committee's recommendations, not a blanket yes?
Correct. It would be for the committees. Yes. Thank you for that.
I would like to do that.
Oh, all right. So I will take that as a motion for the blanket vote. Is that for, oh, wait, we have another question in person. Oh, okay. So we have more support. All right. So I just want to clarify. I think we have some, do you have something, Alvina?
For the,
on
number 8.
Yes.
Would that be included with all of this? Because I understand that,
From which, from August or?
August.
Okay, let's take a look.
No.
That's 10 bells.
10.
Okay.
Yeah, Ms. Davis. So it would be no support because they did not attend.
Yeah. So everything that the committee recommended, that would be included in the blanket vote. So, and I just want a point of clarification on that, Zach. Was that for both August and September together, the blanket vote? I got a thumbs up. And James Stewart, you're still comfortable seconding? All right.
Can I make a point of order first? As that included 1492, which has 6 more than 6 311 complaints. I know I had a email from the mayor's office in regard. Is that
what is this? So is it okay? Anything that this includes anything the committee recommended.
Got it. All right.
And this is just for SLA.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay.
We have some. I'm gonna ask you to make a motion for that, and someone's gonna need to second it.
I motion.
Okay, you motion for what?
A motion for the blanket vote.
So yeah, we're not at the vote yet. Someone wants to go over all of the recommendations again.
Oh,
Are you motioning for that?
no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, what do you, okay, what is it?
There, in the review,
Yes.
but no, and the committee recommend.
Yeah, so just a point of clarification on what the committee recommends is what Melissa specified as the hours and the stipulations. So Melissa read through the hours and stipulations for every single applicant. That is what the committee makes the recommendation on. And the recommendations are in the reports, which the board members are sent before this meeting, which should always be reviewed. So again, if there's additional support to read through everything again, we can absolutely do that. But if there is not, we do have a motion that is pending on the floor to blanket vote, just blanket vote. We're not even at the recommendation part yet. We're just blanketing. So there is a motion to blanket vote the recommendations for the SLA specifically for August and September. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, Edward Kopp, abstain? Okay, 1 sec. All right, so moved. Now for the recommendations themselves, is there a motion for the recommendation? Ben Tucker makes a motion for the recommendations. Oh, Christian Celeste, I heard the name first. All right, seconds. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, one at a time, please. Okay, I heard, okay. For abstentions first, Alvina Davis. Any other abstentions? Joanna Bennett. Okay, 1 second.
Barbara Smith.
You abstain too, Barbara?
Yes.
No, Barbara Smith. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, say your name, please. Okay, thank you. All right. Any other abstentions? No, she opposed. She opposes. So I have Alvina Davis, Joanna Bennett, Edward Kopp, Barbara Smith, Stephanie Anderson abstained. And I have Barbara Jackson opposed. Am I missing anyone? I don't hear anyone. So moved. Thank you. All right. So we now have the cannabis applicant. Yes. So is there a motion from the board on the committee's recommendation?
I motion to.
Okay, motion from Edward Kopp, seconded by Zachary Hendrickson. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Oh, okay, one moment, please. All right, Alvina Davis. I heard Joanna Bennett. Any other abstentions? Any opposed?
I oppose. Z Navoa.
Okay, Barbara Jackson and Z Navoa opposed.
Barbara Smith.
Opposed as well, Barbara?
Yes.
Okay, opposed. Anyone else opposed? Okay, I have Alvina Davis and Joanna Bennett abstained, Barbara Jackson, Zuma Navoa, Barbara Smith opposed. Anyone else? Am I missing anyone? Okay, Asaya Polite abstains. If there's no one else, this motion carries. Thank you, everyone. That concludes recommendations. We did it. All right. Old business. No. No business tonight. New business. I'm gonna take it none. No new business tonight. Announcements. If you're on Zoom, please raise your hand. 1.5 minutes. Oh, someone said 1 minute. So I see sanitation. Go ahead, Adam.
All right, thank you for inviting me. Just wanted to make it quick and short. If you had, just so you know, come October 2nd, composting will begin in Brooklyn. If you have not received one, please do order one by either calling 301 or going on our website. I'll provide the links in the chat room. But just keep in mind that separation of leaf and yard waste will be mandatory when composting begins in October. So what does that mean? That means that if you have not before, please bundle your twigs and branches with twine and place them at the curb, or you can put them in the brown bin that was issued by us, or in your own issued alternative organics bin. And we can provide stickers for that, or your paper, lawn, and leaf bag, or a clear plastic bag. So if you have any questions or any clarifications, we are offering info sessions throughout the month, and I will also provide you links for that as well. And if you'd like to contact me, I'll leave you my contact information. My contact information is 212-291-1220. Once again, the number is 212-291-1220. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I see Melissa has her hand raised.
Yes, thank you, Celeste. Hi, everyone. This is just an announcement. It is my last meeting till I think December, and I wanted to give everyone an update that Tashana Wade is going to be supporting the committee while I am on maternity leave. So just wanted to give Tashana, some props and a big shout out, and thank you for stepping in and supporting along with Mr. Camacho and Celeste as we continue to do the work for the committee. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Melissa, and thank you, Tashana. All right, I see Jonathan, then Juan.
Good evening, everyone. I gotta apologize for my camera. I'm all blurry, but just real quick, because I know we're pressed for time. Let me give you some brief updates. Earlier this month, the Congresswoman actually invited the fraud administrator to the district to meet with stakeholders regarding the freight railroad network that runs through North Brooklyn as well as parts of Queens. She also invited the railroad operators CSX and New York and Atlantic Railway, who provided an overview of their operations, any safety measures that they are implementing, and environmental sustainability priorities. The goal of this meeting was to explore opportunities for solutions and collaborations with the federal authority and partners in government. This is the first, but we will have many other meetings regarding this topic. Also, the Congresswoman was on a congressional delegation trip in August. She went to South America with other members of Congress, and they met with leaders of several countries like Colombia, Brazil, Chile, to discuss democracy, the environment, immigration, and just overall strengthening the relationship between the United States and Latin America. But before she went, she actually made it a point to visit the Roosevelt Hotel, where she met with families, discussed the asylum seekers issues. She knows the city's resources are being stretched thin, but she also condemns Republicans' efforts to use the migrants to make a political statement, especially while they're unwilling to partner with the Democrats to pass comprehensive immigration reform. So while she was there, she also held a press conference calling for more federal resources for New York City and a bipartisan resolution to this issue. Lastly, I just want to mention, Mr. Camacho mentioned this earlier, but the Congresswoman hosted a flood protection workshop in collaboration with FEMA, New York City DEP, DOT, OEM, and the American Red Cross to discuss the flooding issues in Bushwick. We distributed over 30 rain barrels and over 200 flood guards, thanks to New York City DEP. So we'd like to thank all the agencies, the community leaders, residents, and of course, Community Board 4 for helping make that event a success. So I thank you all. Thank you, Chairman Camacho. Thank you, Celeste. Congratulations, Celeste. And yeah, that's the end for me. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, Melissa, oh, the baby. We're having a baby, so you got to bring her back, man. We got to see her.
Yes, I promise. December, I'll bring the baby.
All right. Next, bless you. Next, we have Juan.
Hey, everyone. It's Juan with Councilmember Jennifer Gutierrez's office. Just a little quick summary of the summer. We did have a mental health workshop alongside the Department of Health. A lot of people came out to that. We also gave out various backpacks throughout the district. We were in Bushwick. We did partner up with PS 123 as well. We also had a community cleanup in our district. For some future events, so we were today at the SBS event today at Maria Hernandez Park on the 24th, September 24th. This Sunday, we will be tabling a Clean Bushwick initiative, the Climate Week event on the Troutman Street from 12 to 2. We're going to have a Narcan training at Pine Box from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on October 14. On October 21st, we're going to have an e-waste event with the Ecology Center. That is going to be at the corner of Knickerbocker Avenue and Suidam Street from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you missed our first mental health first aid training, we will be having another one in Ridgewood. That will be at the Ridgewood Youth Center. And then if you have any trash issues or graffiti issues, please reach out to our office and let us know. Report it to 311 and give us the 311 number. And just a little friendly reminder, and just a heads up, there's a lot of seniors in our district who are going through food stamps scam. So if you know anybody who's a victim of this, please reach out to our office and let us know about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Juan. I don't see any other hands raised on Zoom. Anyone in person, please come grab a mic. Oh, hold up. Oh, I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Jasmine. I didn't see the hand.
Hi, it's okay. I know it's late. Real quick, I just wanted to tell everyone that I heard a lot of talking about issues that we're having concerning youth. So I just wanted to take a moment to push the services we provide, which are completely free youth services from 13 to 21. Sometimes we got to keep those teens busy, and our center is more than happy to take your teens in and help really work on those values that I think make Bushwick great. So, just wanted to send that plug in. We're going to have an orientation tomorrow and Friday from 4 to 6 if anyone wants to stop by.
Thank you. All right. No one else on Zoom, right? Okay. No one else on Zoom in person. Oh, who's there?
It's Deshauna. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. So she said they have an orientation, but where?
Okay, it's with El Puente, I believe, the orientation. If you're referring to the last person who made the announcement, we can always follow up and make sure the board has those details. It might be ongoing, if I understood correctly. Okay, it's also in the chat. Yes, 311 Central Ave, Bushwick Leadership Center. Okay, all right. In-person announcements, we're almost there.
Hi, the Black College Expo is going to be September 23rd. It's 10 to 4 p.m. and it's a free event, and it's going to be at Medgar Evers College at 1650 Bedford Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Thank you, Ms. Bennett, for sending it over.
Hi again, everyone. Lacey from the Borough President's Office. 3 quick things. One, as Juan mentioned, it is Climate Week. We are having a big event tomorrow at Borough Hall, a sustainable building resource fair. So if you are a property owner or you know someone who wants to get more information about compliance with Local Law 97, how to do building upgrades, weatherization, connect with incentives for those kind of things, we're going to have a bunch of organizations present, as well as a bunch of contractors who do that kind of work. Tomorrow, so that's tomorrow at Borough Hall from 4 to 7. And then next week, unfortunately, the same time as your town hall, we are doing a Latino Heritage event at Borough Hall. That's from 6 to 9. So that's going to be really fun. Food performances, all that kind of stuff. And then lastly, I know that our Director of Community Boards, Carol Ann, is in the process of confirming a bunch of trainings for community board members. I don't have all that information with me right now, but I just want to encourage everyone, especially the new members, to take part in those trainings. Usually what we do is we bring out, a city agency to talk about what they do. I know we have one about affordable housing, fair housing, a bunch of other interesting stuff. So stay tuned for more information about that.
Yes, the first one is next Thursday at 6 p.m. And if I'm not mistaken, all board members should have received an email from Carol Ann.
All right, I won't do a recap. Subscribe to our newsletter for that. Upcoming events, movie night. If it doesn't rain, please cross your fingers that it won't rain again. This Saturday, Irving Square Park, Callahan Kelly grand opening celebration on October 7th. More details to come, and you'll be getting an invite, all the agencies and electeds here. HPD van on 4 different dates over by Wyckoff and Myrtle and at Callahan Kelly Park. I have a flyer over there. We're going to have a tree care event on the 14th in Bushwick. Citizen pruners, I expect to see you there. Narcan training on the 28th at General Irving at Irving Square Park. Haunted Highland, same day. We need volunteers in costumes to scare the children. Knickerbocker Halloween Parade, date to be determined, but we'll let everyone know about that soon. That's it. Good night.
Thank you, Fran.
Hi, Edward Kopp again. Just if you weren't aware, the mayor has been doing these breaking bread and building bonds events. There is one tomorrow. Bushwick United Parish, 1139 Bushwick Avenue at the corner of Madison Street. Tomorrow, 21st. Doors open at 5:30, starts at 6, goes till 8. So if you've been seeing these town halls he's been doing where there's been a lot of videos where a lot of the stuff that's coming out when we get those off the cuff moments, this is where they're coming from.
All right. I don't see anyone else. I have another hand. Last call.
Where?
Hello. Good evening. Good evening now. Congratulations, Celeste.
Thank you.
Awesome. And to Mr. Camacho on the board. Danielle Chambers here. I am here to represent the Bushwick Film Festival that is coming up this fall. I would look for everybody to be there. It's going to be held this year at the Williamsburg Cinema. I expected all of us to support it. Many of you have known Koibe Kote, former board member. She's not a producer now. And she's also the CEO and founder of the Bushwick Film Festival. So it is absolutely, our duty to step up, and have some fun with her. The red carpet event will this year be held at the Borough President's office. And we're gonna lay that red carpet out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So I hope a lot of our officials will be receiving, if you haven't already, received an invitation to attend. And then that's the 25th. The 26th, though, through the 29th, we will be presenting a variety of indie films from across the globe. This is not, as they say, this is not your mother's jeans. This is international. Okay, we're coming out with the designers at this point. And we are very proud of Bushwick. Bushwick has been supporting us. We've all been here, and many of you who've had the opportunity to see any of the films, it's a lot of fun. Does anyone here go to the Syndicated or Lot 45? So you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you that don't, talk to the people who have been there. It's a ball. It's a totally new it's an experience that a lot of people just have heard about. You've heard about Tribeca. Everybody goes like, oh, Tribeca's in Manhattan. We can't do that. What? We're stepping it in Bushwick our way. It's a Bushwick way, and it's a lot of fun. So you'll see a lot of your homeowners, a lot of your merchants, some of the people who have been asking for licenses. I'm looking for them. Anybody who would like to be a sponsor, please see me. Any VIPs, see me. I would like very much to include as many of our Bushwick entrepreneurs, restaurateurs, talent. I'd like to see you. I'd like to plug you in. That's all I have for tonight. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to each and every one of you. October the 25th.
Oh, you see that? Yeah, I saw that October the 25th. If I don't see you there, she gonna come get y'all.
All right. One last thing from Fran.
Something I forgot to say is that we're also getting a lot of calls about scams, not just the SNAP ones. Folks in the community have been victims of scams by their own neighbors. Anyone can be a victim of a scam. There's no shame in that. Call our office. We had 4 constituent cases. Some folks who are afraid of approaching the police because of their immigrant status. That's not a reason not to make a report. Come to us for support. We can help you with that. If you are a victim of a crime committed by a U.S. citizen, you're eligible for a U visa. So spread the word, educate your seniors. and protect the migrants who are coming in here without knowing what the city offers in terms of resources. Our office is here to help folks with that, and we speak Spanish and other languages, so send them our way.
Thank you, Fran. All right, that's enough for announcements.
I'll make
Second roll,
motion.
we gotta do second roll call. Be ready. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we actually have one more announcements, folks. I thought we were done.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you got 5 seconds. 30 seconds.
My name is Felix Ceballos. Congratulations, Celeste. The 83rd precinct, they represent, they left already, but I want to say something. The life is no, I want to say nothing is perfect. The life is not perfect. The human being is not perfect. Nobody is perfect. But I want to say, we are activity together with the 90% and also the 82%, and they're doing a wonderful job. And also, I saw close with the Officer Lopez, Officer Gomez, and they so close with the community. I want to say that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ceballos. All right, second roll call. Please be ready on Zoom. Tashana Wade.
Here, and congratulations, Celeste.
Thank you. Jerry Valentin.
Present. Have a good night, everybody.
Ben Tucker. President person. James Stewart. President person. Dustin Sunborn. President person. Maria Soler. President person. Bernadina Shell. Barbara Smith.
Present.
Milagro Sandoval. Present. Alicia Ruiz. Present. Raul Rubio. Asari Polite. Present. Caitlin Penner. I was excused. Levi Orenstein Wolf. Zuma Navoa.
Present.
Desmond Monroe. Mary McClellan. Raman Mama. Christine Malden. Cassandra LeVay's excused. Edward Kopp. Present. Nicholas Kaplan. Present. Luis
Unless
Oser.
I'm here, I can't hear you.
Tara Jones Thomas. Virgie Jones. Present. Kaisha Johnson. Barbara Jackson. Tanisha Honeygan.
I don't know, something's wrong with this.
Zachary Hendrickson. Ann Guiney. Christopher Graham. Freddie Fowler. Cecilia Fabian. Jasmine Santiago Diaz. Alvina Davis. Andrew Choi. Christian Celeste Tate. Felix Ceballos. Melissa Carrera Solano.
Present, good night.
Robert Camacho. Rob Brown. Makiba Brown Aline. Joshua Brown. Joanna Bennett. Stephanie Anderson. Isa Abney. Motion to Alvina Davis makes a motion. Who's second by Ben Tucker? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Good night. It's 9:08. We're adjourned.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, this thing. I don't know. Where was that?